Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt exhausted by trying to improve your life? Not because you are lazy, not because you are unmotivated, but because you have spent years optimizing everything and somehow you are still feeling overwhelmed. You optimized your calendar, your morning routine, your productivity system, your workflow, your diet, your exercise plan, your goals, and despite all that optimization, something still feels off. You get things done, but you don't feel settled. You achieve goals, but you don't feel fulfilled. You stay busy, but you don't feel clear. Now, here is the uncomfortable possibility. What if optimization isn't your problem? What if optimization is actually making the problem worse? Because most people are trying to optimize a life that isn't aligned. And optimizing misalignment doesn't create peace. It creates faster chaos. Today, I'm going to show you why alignment must come before optimization. Why many high performers are unknowingly amplifying their stress. And the hidden mistake that causes successful people to feel internally fragmented despite achieving externally impressive results. And somehow, in this conversation, you may realize that the breakthrough you have been searching for isn't another strategy. It is alignment. We live in an age of optimization. Everywhere you look, someone is promising a faster system, a more efficient method, a productive hack, a performance framework. The message is simple. Do more, faster, better. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Optimization has value. But optimization only works when the thing you're optimizing is already moving in the right direction. Imagine trying to make a car go faster. You upgrade the engine, you improve the tires, you reduce the weight, you increase the horsepower. Everything sounds great. Everything sounds good. But what if the wheels aren't aligned? The faster the car goes, the worse the problem becomes. More speed doesn't fix misalignment. It magnifies it. And that is exactly what many high capacity individuals are experiencing. They're becoming more efficient at pursuing goals they haven't fully examined. More productive while emotionally depleted. More successful while internally conflicted. The issue isn't capability. The issue is direction. And direction always matters more than speed. There is something I have observed repeatedly. High performers don't struggle because they lack discipline. They struggle because they have competing priorities operating beneath the surface level. One part of them wants achievement, another part wants rest, one part wants significance, another part wants peace. One part wants to impress others, another wants authenticity. And when those internal priorities aren't aligned, every decision becomes heavier. You start experiencing what I call friction. The external world sees productivity, the internal world experiences conflict. Think about Bruce Banner and the Hulk. Same person, two different forces pulling in different directions. The challenge wasn't power. The challenge was integration. And many people are living a less dramatic version of that every day. They have talent, they have capability, they have intelligence, they have opportunity, but they are fighting internal battles that consume enormous amounts of energy. Then they wonder why they are exhausted. The answer is simple. Conflict is expensive, and optimization cannot solve internal conflict. Only alignment can. This is where things become dangerous. When people feel overwhelmed, they usually assume they need better systems. So they add more structure, more planning, they add more accountability, more optimization. But what if the overwhelm isn't coming from a lack of systems? What if it is coming from a lack of coherence? Imagine rowing a boat. 8 people are rowing. Everyone is working hard. Everyone is committed. Everyone is giving maximum effort in rowing the boat. But half the team is rowing in one direction and the other half is rowing in another half. What happens? Massive effort, but minimum progress. That is what life feels like when your values, your priorities, the emotions, and decisions are misaligned. You're working hard, but you're fighting yourself. And the tragedy is that many people interpret the resulting exhaustion as a need for greater discipline. So they push harder. But the answer isn't more force. The answer is less internal resistance. Because sustainable performance isn't created by pressure. It is created by coherence. It is created by coherence. This is one of the central ideas behind my internal coherence recalibration model. Most people focus on managing behavior, but behavior is rarely the root issue. Behavior is usually the symptom. The deeper question is, what is happening beneath the behavior? When your values align with your actions, when your priorities align with your calendar, when your goals align with your identity, when your emotions align with reality, something remarkable happens. Something remarkable happens. Decision making becomes easier. Mental clutter decreases. Stress reduces. Energy improves. Not because life became easier, no, but because internal resistance decreases. Think about Captain America. What made him such an effective leader wasn't extraordinary strength, it was clarity. His values, decisions, and actions were aligned. He wasn't constantly negotiating with himself. No. And that is what alignment creates, a reduction in internal negotiation. The result is greater focus, greater consistency, and greater emotional stability without needing endless productivity hacks. So, how do you know if your alignment is missing? How do you know? Let me give you 3 questions. Question 1. What am I pursuing that no longer reflects what I truly value? What am I pursuing that no longer reflects what I truly value? This is difficult because many people continue chasing goals they inherited from society, family, or past versions of themselves. Sometimes stress is the signal that a goal needs reevaluation. Question 2. Where am I saying one thing but leaving another? Misalignment often reveals itself through inconsistency. You say family matters most, but your calendar says otherwise. You say health matters, but your habits disagree. Those gaps create internal tension. Question 3. What is creating the most friction in my life right now? Friction is feedback. It often reveals where alignment is missing. Instead of ignoring it, investigate it. Because your greatest source of frustration may actually be pointing toward your next breakthrough. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. Because awareness creates the possibility of recalibration. Let me leave you with this. Most people spend their times trying to optimize. Yes, most people spend their lives trying to optimize. Optimize their schedule. They optimize their workflow. They optimize their performance. They optimize their results. And yet, many never stop to ask a more important question. Am I aligned? Because optimization without alignment is dangerous. It is very dangerous because it accelerates movement without examining direction. It amplifies effort without reducing friction. It improves output without creating peace. But alignment changes everything. Alignment creates clarity. Alignment reduces internal conflict. Alignment improves decision making. Alignment makes sustainable performance possible. And once alignment exists, optimization becomes powerful. It becomes powerful because you are now improving something that is already moving in the right direction. Remember, a perfectly optimized life that lacks alignment will still feel exhausting. But an aligned life often feels lighter, even when the responsibilities are greater. That is why alignment comes before optimization, every single time. If this message resonated with you, comment here below with the word alignment and tell me, what is one area of your life where you have been trying to optimize when you actually need to realign? If you are committed to creating emotional stability, decision clarity, and sustainable success through internal coherence, subscribe to this channel. Because success isn't just about moving faster. It's about moving in the right direction. Success isn't just about moving faster. It's about moving in the right direction.